Hello everyone, welcome back to the farm. I am actually standing in the shop, which you can see behind me. We are getting prepped to do all the painting. We've cleaned everything out of the shop. We've vacuumed, we've Hannah Swiffered and vacuumed the entire shop, which is a huge help. But now I've gone and I have not vapor barriered. I've covered up and polyed all the windows, the garage doors, everything that could possibly get paint on them. We've covered. We've got tarps on the floor, and our plan is to put pieces of scrap drywall right along the edge so that when we spray the paint, it doesn't go underneath the tarp. We want to keep it as clean as possible. We've put a lot of work into the shop. Our floor we're going to seal, and we don't want it covered in overspray. Yeah, but it is the end of the week, and we had grand plans of getting all the spraying, all the painting done, because this shop was ready for us on Monday. No, not Monday, sorry, on Wednesday. The shop was ready for us. They were finished by Wednesday, and Wednesday night we were supposed to do all this. Thursday we were supposed to prime. Friday we were supposed to paint, and then today, which is Saturday, we were going to paint again. That all went out the window. I ended up having to work a ton of overtime at work, and I didn't get home in time to do anything. So Monday I did manage to get the purlins on the shipping container shop. I got a list of wood that we have to mill on the sawmill, which I was planning to do on Tuesday. And then Tuesday was a write-off because we actually had to do our loop pickup. We had to pick up all of our scrap veggies and produce from the grocery store. We filled up, I think it was 2 or 3 wheelbarrows full of scraps, fed that to the chickens, and then after that I actually pulled out actually I'm going to flip over to my footage from Tuesday, and I'm going to show you our new toy for chicken bedding. Alright, so this thing has been a bit of an interesting experiment. It does work, but I don't know if it is worth the time it takes. So in here I have some grate. There's a grate that I'm assuming stops that stuff from you can't really see it here. There's a grate in there that stops stuff from flying out. And I think, oh, do you know what? I think I can remove it. That one disappeared. Alright, so this is the grate I removed from in here. And this was, all the straw was catching in that. It was getting super annoying. So I'm going to have to go, this might actually work better. So I'm going to try it again. I have to fill it up with some more fuel. I ran out. So I'm going to grab some fuel and I'm going to try this again. Alright, I got this thing fired back up and we're going to give it another shot. right, so that worked like 1,000 times better, 1,000 times better. It wasn't even a comparison. So, but does it do a better job? No, it does not. We'll compare the different straws. So this is the fine stuff it was doing with that grate. Super fine grind. This stuff is a little bigger. It does chop it up, but it is a little bit bigger. I have a little bit of this is the raw, and this is the grind. Raw. And this is it ground up. So it still does have big pieces, but it definitely grinds it a lot. There are a lot of fines in there compared to what it was before. Is it worth going and buying one of those things brand new? Probably not. I wouldn't do it. But for this circumstance, I paid $80 for it. It'll work great for mulching leaves. And it shoots bedding all the way across the chicken coop. So that's something else I don't have to do. So I definitely will be using it. I gotta make sure I don't lose those grates though. So I'm gonna spread this stuff out. I have to feed the chicken, or I have to fill the chicken feeders. I'll just show you the chicken feeder here. Basically just a 2x8 and some plywood. And then the bottom comes out a little bit more with some holes cut in it. I believe I can get 8 bags of feed in these two feeders, but we'll find out. I'm gonna dump the chicken feed in there, and I always forget to write down when I fill these up because we want to find out how long this stuff lasts. So this will be a good test. All right, so that's the feeders full, and then I have a little board I just put up here. And that stops the chickens from getting up here and laying eggs. I have to go find a board for this one because if I don't, this will be where the chickens lay. And they lay in it all the way down right to the bottom. Last time I was picking eggs out of the holes just because I procrastinated putting a board up here. So anyway, I'm going to put the roosts back down and close up shop. Alright, I just ran over to the chicken tractor, grabbed this board. It's been there. It's been over there since we put the chickens in here, which is like back in October, November. So it's been like 3 months. And this board has been there the entire time. And I didn't go get it because I was too lazy. I'm the biggest procrastinator that I've ever met. So the board's on there. I had to walk like 20 feet through the snow to get it. So it's on now. Hopefully the chickens don't get in there and start laying eggs. I have a feeling they might try and get in here. And if they do, I'll have to just put a piece of wood here. Stupid chickens. Oh, I gotta get them water. Alright, so I gotta go fill the water up. I'm almost done. We installed a frost-free hydrant right here outside the coop to make watering easy. And I've also built myself a waterer, which I'll show you actually right now. This is my waterer I've built. It is gonna have some heat tape on it so it stays frost free all winter. I've had this thing in here for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And have I finished it? No. I'm a procrastinator. So I did all the work, and then I just, I don't finish it off. All right, the chickens are starting to file back in here. Excited about their new bedding. I find this chopped straw works, it helps cover up the old stuff a little better, just because it's a finer, so it settles in more of a denser layer, so you don't get that ammonia. Part of the problem with the cold is the chickens will sit on these roosts and they'll poop on back here, and if it's -5, -10, the poop freezes in like a mound, and then as soon as it warms up like it is today, it's actually raining out right now. As soon as it warms up, all of that poop thaws out, and you get that ammonia smell almost instantly. So the cold and thaw, it makes the coop just reek. Once it's -20 and once it's like -5 or below, it never thaws out, and then you don't have to deal with it. You can almost just leave the coop the way it is. So anyway, chickens have new bedding, they have new food, they have new water. That is it for tonight. I'm gonna go light that pile of boxes and feed bags on fire, let that burn down, and then that's it. So that's what we did on Tuesday. Wednesday, I was working. Wednesday I was working. Thursday I worked. Friday I worked. And I mean, I'd get home and I'd do a few odd jobs here and there, but we couldn't really get anything. And then today, which is Saturday, I had to work a little bit in the morning. And then I spent the rest of the day polying off these big doors, getting everything ready to go. The electrical outlets, we just covered the wires with some black plastic and black tape, whatever we had laying around. And then yeah, windows are all covered up. She's all ready to go. So this week is basically a write-off. It's not a write-off, but we always make these to-do lists at the beginning of the week. And we know they're a little bit, what's the word? We always make these grand plans in the beginning of the week, hoping to get all these things done. It never seems to quite work in our favor, but I mean, that's the way it goes. So next week, I'm hoping to have this whole shop painted. I'm hoping to have the floor cleaned, and we're gonna stain and seal the floor. So that's our goal for next week, and then we'll be able to start moving all of our tools back in. I'll be able to start working on all the plywood for this back wall here. That's all going to be plywood, so I can start that project. And yeah, so that's what happened this week. An update on the fungus gnats in our worm bins. There's still lots of flies. I thought Hannah had no idea I had worms in there, but turns out she did. She knew the worms were in there. She's not super keen on the flies though, and they are pretty bad. So my sticky tapes, the fly tapes, they're working pretty good, and I've put some mosquito dunks into the worm bins, which kill the fungus gnats at the larva stage. So anything past that larva stage has still matured into a fly. So we still do have fly problems. I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that they go away in the next couple days, but they're gonna have to come in the shop here pretty quick, and I don't want flies in here either, so that's an update on the worms. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.